Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. With a single stroke, a white key appears on the whiteboard, pristine, promising to unlock the door to freedom. But look closely. The key's shaft suddenly bends, twists, and hooks into the heavy iron ring below. Clang! A cold metallic sound rings out. The key transforms into a lock, then presses onto your wrist like a shackle. Your heart skips a beat. In that moment, a question flashes on screen. One stroke. A lifetime? You stop, your heart pounding. What did I just witness? That image isn't just animation. It's a mirror reflecting the unconscious agreements you silently signed with yourself from childhood. And if one stroke can turn a key into a shackle, then one sentence right now can bend that chain. Have you ever wondered why, despite efforts to learn new skills, change environments, or even buy expensive self-help courses, that stuck feeling still lingers like a shadow? I'll tell you, the chains holding you back aren't external. They're secret promises you once uttered, when you were only 7. In that innocent moment to survive, you whispered, "I'll be perfectly good," or "I mustn't cause trouble." These whispers etch deep, solidifying into shadow contracts. Contracts in the shadows, as described by Carl Jung. They activate automatically whenever you're about to break through, gently pulling you back into old patterns. Like the lock just now, they're products of your own making, but also the cold jailers that imprison you. The paradox, you're still signing them every day, with your silence. When will you dare to read the fine print? Meet Nam, 28, a project manager, friendly to an unusual degree. In every meeting, even before his team lead could object, Nam would softly say, "Sorry if I'm wrong." At a friend's wedding, he even stood up to offer his seat, though there were plenty. Small things, yes, but those 6 words, "Sorry if I'm wrong," were repeated 12 times an hour during his workday, a number recorded by a 2024 Yale Psychological Observation Clock. Why? At age 7, Nam witnessed his parents arguing and vowed, "If I'm good, everyone will be happy." So he signed the shadow contract, be perfect and never disturb. 21 years later, that contract is still in effect, subtly forcing him to bow his head like a background script. I tell this story so you can reflect on yourself. Everyday behavior is the signature of a shadow contract. Carl Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Those words aren't just for Nam, they're aimed directly at you, the person listening. You're watching a whiteboard animation, seemingly simple, but it's actually an internal treasure map. Each subsequent stroke will sequentially expose 5 shadow contracts secretly controlling the voice in your head, showing you how to tear them up on paper and rewrite your own destiny. If you've ever felt exhausted trying to perfect everything, swallowed your objections just to keep the peace, or secretly feared success because you might be disliked, then this video is designed precisely for you. Because lasting freedom doesn't come from a short course, but from controlling the unconscious script, a skill we're about to delve into. Hit subscribe right now, because when you do, the YouTube algorithm will become your Jungian assistant, delivering the next exercises directly to your homepage. 1 click today, a wide open gate tomorrow. On the whiteboard, I'll start sketching 5 circles. Each circle is a shadow contract, with an arrow pointing to the center, which is you. Circle 1, in red, be perfect. Below it, a constricting chord named mistake, cats, abandonment. When you stay up until 2 a.m. fixing every comma in an email, this contract is laughing. Circle 2, in orange, never need. The message "I'm fine" is sent even when you're financially desperate. The feeling, pride mixed with loneliness. Circle 3, in yellow, stay small. You avoid the spotlight, yielding promotion opportunities to more deserving colleagues. The result, talent sleeping like a rusty sword. Circle 4, in green, please all. You nod yes to appointments even when your schedule is full. Your body signals with stomach pain, but you swallow. It's okay. Circle 5, in purple, endure quietly. You sit silently in a resentful relationship, dreaming the other person will change on their own. Your silence is the ink renewing the contract. When the 5 circles close, a chain woven from the 5 colors appears in the center. I write, identification is your first step to liberation. Loop 1. Fear. The camera zooms in on the red Be Perfect circle. The animation shows a trembling little girl tearing up her 9-10 test, afraid of her father's gaze. My voice deepens. Every misplaced comma your subconscious hears like a death knell. So you procrastinate, waiting for the perfect day, and you never publish. The background heartbeat gradually increases. Failure is bad, but half-hearted success is even more frightening. Loop 2. Curiosity. The camera pans to the yellow Stay Small circle. A young man gradually shrinks, eventually fitting into a matchbox. I ask, what happens if you get a promotion tomorrow? The animation reveals a scene of spotlights, envious colleagues, and parents criticizing ambition. You secretly retreat. But the next question is the real spark. If you hide, who will tell your story? Curiosity rips open the matchbox. Loop 3. Hope. The green please all. Circle cracks slightly as your character dares to say no. The crack sound spreads, light shining through the gap. I emphasize, one refusal, 1 centimeter of free territory. From here, the video promises to guide you on how to turn that crack into a gate. On the whiteboard, I swirl my pen into an infinity symbol embracing the center. Inside, I write in bold blue ink, I choose to resign myself. Then I pause, looking directly at you. Say this sentence out loud, even if it's just a whisper in your heart. Because the moment you vocalize it, your brain activates Broca's area, where language is programmed into behavior. This means you're rewriting the original command that once bound you. To turn this moment into an anchor, I invite you to join a 60-second ritual. Pause the video, grab a blank piece of paper. Write this exact sentence. I choose to resign myself. Take a picture of the paper and post it in the comments with a few words about how you're feeling, e.g., nervous, liberated. Each comment will become a practice room mirror. When you see hundreds of others signing too, the collective imprisonment reflex will waver. More importantly, the algorithm will notify you every time someone likes that photo, like a bell reminding you, hey, your new contract is still active. I erase the circles, drawing a thick boundary line around the you character on the whiteboard. I call this the boundary doctrine, the theory of psychological territory. Every decision is a landmark, and anyone who crosses an uninvited line will be pushed back. So that theory doesn't become empty rhetoric. Let's embark on a 24-hour challenge. Choose one shadow contract that's most strongly imprisoning you. Rewrite it as a sovereign contract in an affirmative statement, for example. Shadow, be perfect. Sovereign, I am allowed to make small mistakes every day. For the next 24 hours, intentionally act in alignment with the new term at least 3 times. Each time you succeed, mark A on your paper. At the end of the day, take a picture of the paper with all 3 check marks and post it in the comments with how you feel. Relieved, a little shaky, or want to continue. Why 24 hours? Jung said, habits need continuous conscious light. 1 day is short enough to prevent procrastination and long enough to form new neural pathways. Consider this your first exercise in sovereignty. You set the landmark, and the world must respect it. I erase the last chain link, my hand drawing a paintbrush, slender, but its tip glows with metallic light. With the next flick, the brush handle extends, a thin blade emerges. Then, slash, the chain breaks in 2, scattering to both sides. I smile. This is the power of psychological sovereignty. You see, others use physical power. You possess the power of definition. When you rename mistake to learning stepping stone or healthy selfishness instead of guilt, you're recoding reality. The brain doesn't argue with the story it tells itself, so each new label is a line of code, written by you, running for you. Try the 3R rule today. Rename the fear, reframe the meaning, reinforce with small actions. As the brush turns into a sword-cutting chains, I want you to remember, freedom doesn't come from external strength, but from the power to write your own internal story. The only king who must be crowned is you. The whispered piano background music suddenly integrates with driving drums, tempo increasing from 90, 120 BPM, like a heart about to burst. On the whiteboard, each colored chain link cracks, small bright fissures connect, turning the entire screen into a fire circuit that spells liberate. The camera slowly rotates in slow motion. The last chain breaks with a clang, metallic shards turning into sparkling dust, flying back into the lens. The frame flashes white, then transitions to a chalk-drawn door, gradually widening. Behind it, a light blue sky tinged with pink. Flutes glide through, a bamboo flute calling to action. My voice lowers, but is as clear as a heartbeat. Let this moment sink in. Freedom begins where secrets end. The quote appears, the chalk lines trembling as if alive. I slowly ask, "Are you ready to step through this door?" As the question echoes, the drums stop, leaving a silence. Then the soft thump, thump of a bass heartbeat invites you forward. The first step, type "ready" below the video to finally break the silence. The bright door opens wide, the frame pulls back, leaving you standing in a white sky bleeding into blue, a symbol of limitless potential. I step into the frame, pointing to the top right corner where the thumbnail for the playlist Jungian Boundaries series has just lit up. If today you just tore up a shadow contract, immediately sign your next charter of freedom. Click the playlist to explore how to set boundaries without feeling guilty. 3. Sovereign Contract, Templates for Toxic Relationships, a 5-minute daily meditation to reset your neural safe zone. 15 seconds left. A countdown timer appears large on screen. Every second a chain link breaks, a ting sound echoing like a smith's hammer. I remind you, freedom is a habit, not a miracle. Watch the next video, so every day is a hammer blow breaking the chains. When the counter hits 0, the screen freezes on the Jungian armor logo. The subscribe button and playlist remain lit, ready for your click.